Hey everybody, it is around 9 o'clock at night, and I figured I will just take you along tonight while I work. So I have a contract that I'm trying to get out, and I want to do some preliminary research. So first I'll do sort of a CMA, and then I'll show you how I do the contract. And so we'll just get started. The address is 2000 Bay Road. This is on Miami Beach. It is a condo on the water. So I'm gonna do, let me see if it will do by address. I don't know why it's picking up North Bay. Let me see. Very strange. Let me clear. I don't think there was a North Bay Road. Let me put the North in and see. Okay, 1 second. Let me look on my phone. Bay Drive. Sorry. 2000 Bay Drive, Miami Beach. That makes all the difference. So let's do the whole building. And then let's look at active, coming soon, backups, pending, sold. And the last 2 years, it's a smaller building. It's more of a boutique building. And there's really been hardly any transactions. Let me turn my phone off real quick. So first I'll do some research on the building, and then I'll show you how I type up the contract to make an offer. So let's look the last 2 years, just because it is a small building, there hasn't been that many sales or activity. So even in 2 years, just 5 transactions. Let's view the results. And we can look at the card view. So there has been a closed sale this year on the second floor. And then last year there was 2 closed sales, one on the 4th and one on the 2nd. And then there's currently 1 listed for sale on the 4th and 1 listed for sale on the 2nd, which I toured both and I made videos of both. So since I've already seen these 2, I'm going to look at the most recent sale to get an idea. So the building outside, this is the entrance and the swimming pool. There's a gym, and then all of the units have some sort of water view, and they're loft style. So the bedrooms are upstairs. This is a half bath, kitchen. They all pretty much look similar. So a lot of them put like a blind or a curtain across the bedroom from the 2nd floor, because down it's open into the living room. This sold for $640, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1.5 half baths, $423. Let me show you on a map where it is in case you're not familiar with Miami, but it's right here. And so you can see the gorgeous view it has looking out. I'll show you from a satellite. Now, what you're looking at here is the rooftop. Some of the owners, I got zoomed in, sorry, my WhatsApp messages is going off. So let me zoom in closer. That's as close as I can get. So these are roof terraces that are deeded separately. However, some owners are selling them as part of the transaction. And then even though most of the units are 2 bedrooms, they come with 1 garage parking space. And then you see there's open street parking, which is free street parking. It's just first come, first serve, which in this photo obviously looks like there's a lot. But if I could zoom back in, you can see people have, like, this one has grass and some patio furniture. I believe one had like a ping pong table. So it's just like an extra roof terrace. And they're all kind of gated off to give you extra space. That's just something unique about the building. And then I'll show you the street view. So obviously these ones are along the water and these are all inland. Okay, so this one is pretty similar to the one we're looking at, and it sold for $640. So this is the one that I was looking at, and it's asking $699. So you can see the terraces here, the roof terraces. And since this is like a smaller boutique building, there is no front desk, no concierge. It's like remote managed through electronic fob system. So the gate and entrance, there's a mail area, there's a small gym, there's a pool. And obviously there's housekeeping that come and pool cleaners and landscaping, but there's not like on-site management or concierge or anything. And so that keeps the HOAs and the fees kind of down. So here's the unit that we're looking at. I'll show you the view again. And then this one does come with one of these terraces. So it's a nice extra feature. It's not connected to the unit, but you go up the elevator or stairs and then see how it's like a little gate, and then you access your private terrace. There's no boat dock with this property, but there's a lot of boat docks nearby that if you needed to rent a slip, that would be possible. Okay, and then the other one listed for sale, I'll show you, has more of direct water. So I don't know if you noticed, the one on the 4th floor is kind of to the other portion of the building, and this one's more right direct. It's almost as if you're on a cruise ship. Has different flooring as well. And they've added some things like these light systems. They put their office or desk area under the stairwell. Some other ones have put their dining table under there. So you can see it's still a very similar view, but just more direct ocean than the other one was kind of from the side. And this one's also right above the swimming pool. So the difference in the price is really the view and some of the finishes on this one. So there is a bathtub in the guest and a shower in the master. And then this is the first level pantry storage room. And then there's also the half bath. Now let's look at the one on the 2nd floor that sold in 2021. Obviously it's a completely different market, but just to get an idea, sold for $435. This one has no view. So you see we're facing a wall. It has a different flooring. See if there's any more pictures. So really the price was not only that it was a different market then, but also because of the difference in the view. This one has a little skinnier terrace around the side. the same concept of the loft style. This is the second room. Okay, and then let's look at the photos of this one, or that was the one that we saw already. So this one also sold. This was in January of 2021, 406. So 406, I'd say, is going to be equivalent to 207. I believe they're adjacent lines to each other. And then you can see the difference in the price. This one was just listed 9 days ago. So there is a gym, and I didn't realize when I did the tour, we couldn't get into the gym because we didn't have the fob, but I guess there was a sauna. Okay, so I'm going to make a little CMA on this, and then I'm going to do the contract. So I will select all of these and go to create CMA. Going to put the property address. Bay Drive, sorry, I don't know why I keep doing that. Unit 402. So again, this all pulls from the Realtor MLS system. I'm gonna click next. And then
Sorry, I didn't get that. The internet is unreachable.
hold on a second, my Alexis is talking. Okay, I just unplugged it. Let me delete this one. Okay, and then I will make, let's see what adjustments they're saying. This whole thing is not applicable. And then because it's an asking price, we're gonna lower that one as well, but for right now, that is okay. And then I would say 201 is the one that has inferior view. This one has a superior view. We'll copy that. This one has a superior view. Copy that. And then I think this was the one that was the most similar. Yeah. Now let me read the remarks if this one came with the terrace or not. Were there remarks? Oh, public remarks. So it doesn't say anything about a terrace, so I'd have to find out. And I know does not appear to have included a roof terrace, most similar view. Let me open these and see if any of the remarks said anything about the roof terrace. Okay, maybe some private remarks, no. Not sure about if a roof repairs. So I would have to call or email the agents to find out. But for right now, we're gonna just assume they didn't. Okay. And then let's see if it's said in the remarks here, because I am going to put that in the contract. Yeah, okay. With repairs. Not sure about that. And then let me just check this one. This one I know for sure. Does not include a roof. So as you can see, it's hard to reconcile with sales from 20, this is pricing from 2020, but then a sale in March and then from 2020, because the markets were just so different. Sorry, getting late. Just want to finish all of this so that tomorrow I start the day 1 month ahead. So 2000 Bay Drive, this is really our most comparable, closing at 640, asking 650. And this was in May of this year. So I'm going to move this to number 1. And I will make this little report. So I'm going to suggest we offer 615 and anticipate the seller countering back. Hopefully reconcile around 640 would be reasonable considering roof terrace is included. So I would still need to find out if the last sale included the roof terrace, but just for a general ballpark, here's again what the report looks like. Make it PDF, publish this report. So I will email that to my client, and then I'm going to show you next how I type up the contract. So here is the Realtor MLS system, and here is the property. Most pay 3% commission. This one's paying 2.5, but it is what it is. Been on the market 37 days. Originally was asking 749.9, and then we can come here and see the different price reductions. So it had also, or it is also currently listed for 4,400 a month. Then it was reduced to 4,100 a month. The unit is vacant, so it seems that they're willing to sell or rent it. And then they did drop it December 9th to 699, which was Friday. You can see how much rent prices have changed. 10 years ago, 2,500 a month. More than pretty much double. Anyways, that's not what I was going to show you. as part of it. But what I was going to show you is we can click here. And that takes me to the public records where I get all kinds of information. And then here's also where I can get the floor plan. So I am going to make this a PDF. And then we will go back and I will click on this so I can show you the public records. So this shows you like the owner's name, where it's at, what the zoning is, multifamily. Here's the legal description, name of the condominium, subdivision, the parcel ID number. You can also save this as a PDF, which I do for my work files. I put in my Google Drive. This shows you the property appraiser values. If it's homestead, it's not. So I'm assuming this was someone's vacation home or investment property. Here's the real estate taxes over the years. You can click this link and it takes you to the assessor's website. And you really can look up any property. You can just do a new search and put in the address. Then this tells you about the deeds. So it was purchased last in 2005 for $379,800. Here is the size and year built, number of beds and baths according to public records, flood zone, all of the information that you could possibly need. So what I take from this is information that I put into the contract. So I put here the seller's name, which I get from public records. And then I'll put my buyer's name. I always put and or right to assign in case they want to put it into a trust or another entity name, in case they want to now sell it, have their brother buy it, anything like that. You just never know. Sometimes people haven't worked out the legality when they're meeting with their lawyer. So I just put that in there to be safe. Here's the property address. Here's the parcel ID number and the legal description, which are both. Here is the parcel ID number. Here, the legal description. You always want to take the legal description though from the recorded deed. So that's the information there. And then this is the standard as is residential contract in the state of Florida. So I use that and I kind of have a template, hot water, washer and dryer, microwave, blinds, curtains. These are just things that we're asking for in addition to obviously range, refrigerator, dishwasher, all of what you would typically consider personal property. We are going to make the offer for $615,000. We are going to put 5% down within 3 business days or 3 days. And then the closing lawyer that I like to use, she's located in Brinkle. So if you're looking for a lawyer to help you with any real estate matters, recommend. Then in 8 days, which is 1 day after our inspection period, we're going to put down the balance to have 25% down. That will leave a loan of 75% of the contract price. And then that leaves $0 out of pocket that the buyer would pay at the closing because she's putting 25% down and financing 75%. We're going to give them until the 14th. So until like Wednesday night to respond. Here we are closing. The closing date is anticipated for about a month from now. This talks about that the property is not leased and that we're taking possession empty. This is that she can assign the contract but not be relieved liability of purchasing. Here is that she is financing the property. If you were paying cash, you would check box A. We're going to scroll down. Here we are doing 15 days or about 2 weeks to check for the title evidence and insurance. And all of this you could go through if you were purchasing. You can set up a meeting with myself or Lonnie, or if you have an agent that can walk this through. If you've never purchased something, I like to print it out and go over each paragraph with you and kind of make sure that you're comfortable with everything. This is something we do way ahead of time so that when we do find a you like, you are feeling confident to sign and understand everything. We don't want to be the last hour when we're trying to get an offer in, especially if it's a property that has a lot of demand. But we'll continue going through this. This is just kind of like a really brief overview in general. So this says that the seller pays in full at time of closing assessments. So for example, that could be they're redoing the lobby. There's going to be a certain assessment. It hasn't been paid off that we're telling the seller that we need them to pay that. That's not something that we are going to take on the responsibility of. So this contract, as you can see, is pretty lengthy, but it is the Florida standard. Inspection period, we have 7 days. So I purposely did that to try to express our motivation to purchase. You know, here is typical, say 15 days, and we are not putting down our second deposit until the 8th day, which is on purpose because we want to make sure she's going through with it and she's comfortable with the inspection before sending into escrow a larger balance of money. Here's just more legal things that we could go through if you were interested in purchasing, but for the sake of this live and that it's getting pretty long, I'm just gonna skip over some of this. But we do need to also include, since this is a condominium, a condo rider. I won't talk about it in this live, but another live I will try to go over things with you. I will show you though that I will check that we're adding the condo rider. And then this is also some language we add in here to protect the purchaser. And I also put myself as well as the listing agent and the commission here that would be paid to my brokerage. So I will finish this up. I'm going to then put it into our Compass platform, send it off for electronic signature, and then tomorrow I will send it to the listing agent to present our offer.